See? Don't have that wickedness in you no more. You operating better. For even the Mashiach Messiah, our Passover is sacrificed for us. See? He's our Passover. That's sacrificed for us. That Lamb of the Most High. I went through scriptures on this. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, not with that old wickedness, neither with the leaven of malice. The feast is the next day, feast of unleavened bread. They ain't hold this feast. The feast of the Passover was on the 14th day, and the feast everybody came together was the 15th day. The next day after the Passover, feast of unleavened bread. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice. You know, you angry, but you don't have no cause. You're supposed to got all rid of all that. And wickedness, where you righteous and not wicked, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Sincerity and in keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Be that new lump. Go to St. John 19, 19th chapter. And verse look at let's start at verse 28. We're gonna concentrate on verse 31. And they're abducting people left and right. That's what that is. A warning to be somebody's being abducted, stolen. So St. John 19 and 28. After this, the Mashiach said, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, said, I thirst. Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar. Salakia. They filled a sponge with vinegar and put it upon hyssop and put it to his mouth. The dirty Roman soldiers. Then the Mashiach therefore had received the vinegar. He said, it is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost, gave up the spirit. The Jews therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was a high day, besought Pilate that his legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. See? Then came the soldiers and brake the legs of the first and of the other, which was crucified with him. So he broke both their legs. Because when you break the legs, your body falls down and it makes you die quicker. But when they came to a Mashiach Yahushai and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers with a spear pierced his side, and forthwith came there out blood and water. And he that saw it bear record, and his record is true. And he knoweth that he says true, that ye might believe. See, but he gonna get them. Revelation 1 and 7. That one that pierced him, and all you out there that's piercing him by believing in something contrary to what this word is saying concerning him, in the volume of the book, he can get you too. Revelation 1 and 7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. The clouds are the chariots of the Most High, the IFOs. And every eye shall see him. See, everybody gonna see him. Don't worry about somebody telling you when he come. Say, every eye gonna see him. And they also which pierced him. This cat just pierced him in the side before he died? Oh, yeah. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. So, believe this. So, going back to St. John 19 and 31. It says, the Jews therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, that for that day, Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that his legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. See, that was the day that a high day, meaning it was a holy day. So go to Deuteronomy 21 to show you the law, why they had to take his body down before dark. So go to Deuteronomy 21, the 21st chapter, and verse 22 and 21. Excuse me, 22 and 23. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of the Most High, that thy land be not defiled, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So that's why they had to take him down before, that night. He can't remain on the cross all that night, because going into the night would have been the feast of unleavened bread. And they're preparing for the feast day. Acts 20 and 6. Acts 20 and 6. 20th chapter, 6th verse. And he sailed away from Philippi, Paul, after the days of unleavened bread. See, after the days of unleavened bread. 7 days. Passover. Next day is Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover the 14th. Next day is Feast of Unleavened Bread. First day is a feast. And the 7th day is a holy convocation or a feast day. So you see, they're still doing it. Let's read that again. Acts 20 and 6. And he sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread. See? After the days of unleavened bread. He didn't leave until after the days of unleavened bread. And came unto them to Troas in 5 days, where he abode 7 days. See? He honored it. Now let's look at Acts the 12th chapter. And we're going to look at verse 3. And it says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, let's read verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king, the wicked Edomite king, stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, which are the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. So he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. So it's within the days of unleavened bread. Unleavened bread starts the day after Passover. So if it's the days of unleavened bread, then were the days of unleavened bread have to be within the days that we eat unleavened bread until from the 14th to the 21st day. So if it's days of unleavened bread, then this is the next day, which is the 15th. Passover already been finished. So the 15th starts the days of unleavened bread. 15th to 16th to 17th to 18th to 19th to 20th or the 21st day. That's what this is. Then were the days of unleavened bread. It says, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to the 4 quadrants of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So let me ask you this. Now, I remember Trump had said he wanted to get everything back together, people working, going back to their jobs by when? The Passover? Did he say the Passover? Or did he say Easter? He said Easter. Because that's what the rulers, and so from this point on, before this, they would, just Easter not nothing new. He said Easter. So yeah, after he finished his Easter, that's when he gonna come back and do what he gonna do. But they say it's a mistake in saying Passover, but the Passover already over. From what you see here. Then were the days of unleavened bread. The days of unleavened bread are from the 15th to the 21st day. Passover on the 14th day. That's not the days of unleavened bread. But they said it's supposed to be Passover. What are you going to wait for Passover for? Ain't his holy day. His holiday is Easter. Bringing in the fertility god. This ain't nothing new. They've been doing this. So, I beg to differ for y'all to say it's Passover, because you're going to what Esau says, what it is. I know this in the spirit of the Most High. It says this in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. When salvation is coming to the children of Israel, it says, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. So y'all can believe in what it is that they put in the Strong's Concordance or the Blue Letter Bible if you want to. But they celebrate Easter. That's what they celebrate. Been celebrating, gonna celebrate it till the Most High allow it not to exist anymore. And everybody gonna follow the laws, such commandments of the Most High. Period. So I just wanna bring out, some scriptures pertaining to the Feast of Unleavened Bread that we observed, and then, now, and forever. And with that, I say Shalom, and I'm out.